Hello, everyone. This is Saher, and today we're gonna start going into more of the terminal since now we're able to go all the way to Linux. So now we're gonna start going into Linux and trying to understand how would we use the Linux command lines, terminals to move around, copy stuff. This is gonna be the basic. This lecture is gonna be split into two parts. The first part is today, and we're just gonna be more about the basics. And the next one is also gonna be some sort of more in-depth explanation of the flags and the different commands that you can use, along with using some of the text editors that you guys also need to watch. So I thought I would set it to that the second one would be an optional one. However, I think both of them, you have to watch both of them. So let's start from here. I'm gonna share my screen and show you some of the start that we have. So again, terminal commands, that's what we're gonna do today. And let's start with it. So these are the basic ones that I'm just gonna give up front. This is what we're gonna do today. This is the main content of the lecture. I'm gonna try to simultaneously be able to explain the basic part first and then going into the Linux terminal and then showcasing how to implement these basic alternation of commands and how to expect the outputs and deal with different things that may come up. So again, this is a good point to show you how to log in. So the first thing I do is I get my VPN, I connect to my VPN. I have, again, two passwords. This is my first one. And this is, I put push in here. Oh, sorry, I mistyped something. But as you can see here, now I can accept it from my phone and be able to log in. Okay, now since we're using more of the terminal, I'm gonna do the MobaX term that I showed you about last lecture so that we can start going through. So after getting my MobaX term, let's go to the Todd one because usually there's not a lot of people using it, so it's better for me. So now, as you can see, this is the first thing you need to see. So this is how you enter and make sure, like this is just telling you everything went to right and you're logged in. The first thing is, this is my username, right? This is the name of the server, and this tilde means I'm on my home page. So this is my home page, right? Okay, cool. So what do I type in here to be able to move around, right? So let's go to our PowerPoint presentation and move through a little bit of these ones to understand some of the different things we need to do. So this is the basic. So the first thing we're gonna do is CD, which stands for change directory. What is change directory? It just means moving from one folder to another. What's LS? It means list. So it lists everything in the directory I am in. What's mkdir? dir? It just means make a directory, make a folder. And then what is touch? Touch is made to use it to touch on or like to make a file of some sort. RM is remove, CB is copy paste. Again, if you want to get like a more in-depth understanding of any of these commands, you write the name of the command followed by a dash help. And I'm going to show you that on the terminal. So that let's try to do that first. So let's do cd dash help. Invalid option cd okay, never mind. Yeah. CD, some of these files will not work, other will, but I will show you how to go through the dash help later on. Actually, I can show you something. Let me get it for you. The exact notation on how to get the help. Because this could be helpful for people who want to get a more in-depth explanation about something. So give me 1 second, I'll be back with it. I have to just get it because I don't remember where it is exactly. Yeah. Sorry for the cut. One thing is, I just wanted to double check on something, but it's actually not dash dash help. I'm gonna fix it in the PowerPoint report. Dash dash help for something else, but it's if you want to get the manual page to any of the different commands to understand more about it, all you have to do is type man, which stands for manual, and then the command you want. And so it shows you first the name of it, like it's list directory content, which is exactly what it does. And then the descriptions for all the different things. These are called flags. So dash A, dash capital A, dash B, dash C, dash D, dash F. These do specific things, which, you know, all of them, like you have a lot of descriptions for them. A lot of these ones, do you need to know all of them? No. All you need to know is the basic ones that we're gonna use. If you wanna quit out of the manual, you click Q. So this is the first part of it, right? You don't need to know all the different flags. Some of them you do need to know because they're very helpful to you, but others you don't. So I'm gonna show you some of the ones that you may need to know. So again, it's perfect. The first thing is change directory. First, I want to explain what is CD? Again, it means change directory. Okay. And okay, what is CD dot dot? What is CD dot dot backslash dot dot backslash dot? What does that mean? How much more can I go? What about CD tilde? Okay, tilde, this one is easy because I explained what tilde is. Tilde means home. So I'm gonna CD to home. So I'm gonna, wherever I am, I go back to home, basically. I'm go back to the home page. Change directory, you can go in specific directory. Okay, let's mess about and understand what is going on. But before we do so, let me do ls first so that we understand. Okay, what is ls? This is the structure of an ls. You do ls, then the flag. What is the flag? It's like dash l, dash a, dash l, dash l, a, dash t, dash s, all the different flags here. Can I do only ls with no flags? Yes. Can I do ls with flag and directory? Yes. Can I do ls directory only? Yes. Can I do ls flag? Yes. It's pretty good. You can only do any combination of the three different things, right? You can also do ls of a directory pass. So there is a pass that you're not on currently. You can still list everything on that file to see if there's something you're looking for or not. Can I do ls dot dot or this? Yes, but what are these? Okay, I made it a little bit mystery, right? So let me first make a directory and call it test A. Okay. Oh, I'm running out of space. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, sure. So this is what I have currently, right? So what do I do? You do CD. What is CD gonna do? Let me go to my desktop. Okay, how did I write it so fast? You write when you're on the terminal, you click on tab. It's gonna show double tap. It's gonna show you all the different folders that start with D, right? It's pretty handy. Like I write DS, EES, and none of them have DES, so it knows which one I'm looking for. So once I go in there, as you can see here, it changes. This is where I was. Home, blah, 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 blah. This is where I was. Username, remember? This is my home directory, all the way from home to this part. And then now I'm on the desktop. Okay, so if I ls now, I'm gonna find different things in here other than what I had on my disk directory, right? Okay, what is cd? Let's figure out one thing at a time. What is cd dot dot? This means it's gonna take me back one directory. As you can see here, it was in my home page, then desktop. Now I went back to my home page. So if I ls, as you can see, these are the same things up here. So that means I went back to my home directory. Okay, so let's go back to desktop. Okay, ls, list everything in here. Okay, I have a file called Saher. Okay, let me go in here. I can't. One thing you need to understand, it's case sensitive in Linux. So if I put SAHER, it's gonna say, what does that mean? You have to put the S as a capital S. And now, as you can see, I'm on my desktop, went into here. How can I go directly back to my, can I go directly back to my desktop, to my home? Yeah, you can in one command. You can, I mean, I guess you can do dot dot and then do another dot dot, right? You can definitely do that, but the better one is you can do dot dot backslash dot dot backslash. You see, now I'm going one back, two back at the same time in one command. That's what cd dot dot mean. Dot dot means go back once, back up once, and then when you add the backslash, it means another one, and a third one, and a fourth one. Okay. Can I? Okay, let's go back to my desktop. Oh, have you seen what I did here? Like I did desktop, I can move on. Like I don't have to enter and then go to the next one. I can just put the next one and then, that's it here. Okay. How do I list everything? ls, right? Nothing is in this file. Okay. Let's go back and another. Oh, I did go twice back. Sorry. Okay. So how can I list? Can I list everything in desktop from here? Yeah, I can just say list everything in desktop. Although I'm currently still on my home, I'm listing everything inside of desktop by just saying ls desktop. You see? So these are the basic ones you need to do. Okay, make directory is creating a folder, but for some reason I'm running out of space. As I told you before, it's 2 gigabytes. So it's not a lot of space. I can probably delete something real quick. Do I have something here that I don't need? Give me a second. I'm pretty sure I have something. I just don't remember where did I put it. Downloads maybe. Okay, let me see. It's actually a good listen. Okay, let's go to, as you can see up here, this is where it is. So it's my here, it goes into download, and there it is. Okay, so if I list, let me double check it's in downloads, right? Oh, it is. Okay, cool. So let me move to downloads. Okay, now I'm inside downloads. I want to remove that video, right? Let's first see how large this video is. But how can you know how large it is? When I do ls, it's only showing me the names. So that's when flags come to play in here. So if you did ls-a, you get everything in there. But still, that doesn't help. Okay, let's try -l. As you can see here, -l showed me a bunch of different things in there. So it showed me the last time it was edited, the size of things, and where it's stored, and then the name of all the files. As you can see, this video is huge, right? So let me delete it. So how do I delete? RM stands for remove. Okay, how do I remove it? Do I just put the name of the video? Yeah, you can, but I prefer to always add -rf, which is another recursive way to do it. Can we -i? Okay. So one thing is, you see rm-rf. What does rf means? It means deleted recursively. So if anything is inside it, delete it with it. For this case, it doesn't matter. Usually you do rf when you're deleting a folder, because the folder may have other stuff inside of it. So it doesn't make sense that you only delete the folder and not everything inside. So you want to recursively delete everything inside. That's why you add the -rf. Okay, what about the -i? -i means ask me, tell me, make me. So when you remove stuff, you can't get them back. It's pretty hard to get them back from Linux. So one thing you do is always try to add -i, just so that you can read the next line and say remove regular files, and then you have to accept it. And now it's removed. You see, as you can see, it's removed. -i just asks the users, are you sure you want to delete this? That's basically it. And you say Y or N. It's pretty helpful to just have another second to look at what file you're deleting. Because if you deleted your project, you're not going to be able to get it. It's pretty hard to get it. Yeah, so that's RM, CD. Let's see if I covered everything. I covered this, I covered that. Okay, let's do CD back home. Okay, so wherever I am, let's see where I am. Okay, let's go to EE312. Now, can I go back to home in just one line? You see, I went all the way back. I exited out of 312. I exited out of downloads, and I went back to my home screen, which is pretty good, pretty nice, pretty easy to do. So we went through all of this. The directory is, if you want to go, that means go into more than one directory at a time. If you know the sequence and the name of all the files that you have in there. So for example, we know that we can go to downloads, right? And then we know there is another file called EE312. And so I just go directly in there. You see? That's how it works. Good. Okay. ls again, ls with the flag, ls to the directory. We did that. We did this one. ls backwards. So list everything in the folder before, list anything in the folder in like 2 folders before where I am. -l, -a show me everything, all the hidden file. L show me in the long format. T means, let's see what, oh, T is the one, L is the one that I showed you here, long format. ls-t, let's see what it is. I think, I don't remember what exactly -t, but it's not very important. The most important ones is these ones for sure. S also puts them in a specific order. So if you put it this way, I think it was ascending or descending order. So as you can see, when I do ls, just an ls, it's different. This and this are different, but it's the same files, but they're just ordered differently, basically. That's basically it. Sorry. Okay, now make directory and touch creating a file. First thing you need to understand, directories are not a file. File and directory is different. A file is, let me show you on a Windows so they understand what's going on. So this is my Windows. This is a file. This, sorry, this is a directory. This is a file. A file is like a text file. Think of it that way. A folder is a folder that could contain files in there. So something along the lines, right? Okay. So how do you create a directory? These are all different adds and stuff, like things you can add about, but I'm not gonna go in depth about each and every one of these ones. All the important one you guys need to know is just how to make a directory. Let's call it test A. I wrote make directory test A. So if I ls, and sure it is, it's right there, test A, as you can see it here. Okay, can I cd into test A? Now I do. If I ls, what do you guys expect I will have in test A? Literally nothing, because there is nothing in there. So when I ls -a, one space in between, nothing, literally nothing, right? So there is nothing. Okay, let's now try to do a touch. Okay, let's try and make another directory. Make a directory and call it test B and test C. As you can see, I made 2 directories at the same time. You don't have to do make directory just B, make directory just C. You can do both of them at the same time. Let's go into test B. Nothing in here. Okay, let's do touch now. Touch, and let's call it test or text.txt. And now I had a file. Can I cd in here? So what would happen, as you guys are probably already saying, you can't, because this is a file. How can you change directory into a file? You can only change directory into a directory or a folder. So if I tried, what would it say? This is not a directory, exactly like as we expected, right? Okay, so how do I access the text file? How do I start programming in there? That's in the next episode. That's in the next lecture. How do you access the files to start coding in there? Because you're gonna do all of this and then get access to the text file and start writing code in there, and then writing all your code and executing it, evaluating your code, making sure it works, all the fun stuff there. So that's the first part of it. getting all the way to the text file. Okay. So if I go back again here, and now I have two folders. How would I remove? So if I want to remove test B, remember there's stuff in there, so I have to do it recursively, and I can just say test B, and then I can also say test A. And here we go. Oh, I removed test A, sorry. What is test A anyway? It didn't even give me an error. Okay, that's funny. Test C. So you can remove more than one thing at the same time. And as you see, it removed everything, B and test.txt inside of it. So that's pretty good, pretty handy, right? Okay. So this is the first thing. Here is just showing you that you can do more than one directory at the same time. This one is if you want to create a directory structure with a missing parent. So you want to create a directory structure in somewhere else right there, and you don't know the parent to it, like the parent is missing. It's not very helpful. Like you're not gonna use it basically, but it's helpful to know. You don't have to worry about it too much. Touch file, same thing. You can do touch C, touch M, touch R. C is just used to check if this is created or not. And this command avoid creating files that are not created. So if you have a test A or a text.txt, and then you want to create another one called text.txt, you can say touch.-c text space, of course, text.txt, and it will just not create it because you have one that is created with that name already. Touch M-M, this is used to change the modification time. It's not very particular about our class. We don't care about the time because all I care about is the time you submitted your project, right? -R, this is used to timestamp for another file. So if you have one file that you have a timestamp of like 5 in the morning and the other one is like 4, you can copy the timestamp so that both of them say 5 in the morning. Why is it used? It's used for other applications of big companies and stuff like that. So we don't have to really worry about it too much for today. RM and CB, these are the two different commands that I showed you about. CB I did not show yet, but RM is just remove. There is 2 flags to it, -F, which is force deletion, R or RF. That's what I do. I combine both of them to force and the recursively deleted. And then you can do, of course, the -I and it will just ask the user for confirmation first, and you can remove more than one file, not folder, at the same time. Copy paste, same sort of thing. It's CB, which stands for copy paste. So you copy this file into this directory, or you copy this file from this directory to this directory. It's not as easy on Windows when you Control-C, Control-V, all the fun stuff. It's a little bit more harder a little bit than that. So let's try it just to end the class today. Let's create a file called A and a file called B. And then we go to B, and then we touch on file.txt. So if I'm inside, I want to copy it, I just write file, and then where do I go? I go one backward, and then I go to A, right? And this is how I copy pasted there. So I still have it here because this is a copy paste, not a cut. And then I can go back, and then I can go to A, and then if I ls, I have file.txt. You see? Okay, okay, let's delete it from here. Remove file. Let's go back here. So I have a file inside B, right? So I can just say copy, and then what do I go? I go to B, and then what's called file.txt, and then where do I copy it to? I go to A, and this is where I copy it. So now if I went to A, and I ls, I have a new file.txt. You see the sequence. You have to understand where you are and imagine it in your mind and be like, oh, do I need to go forward, change directory 1 up, or change directory 1 down? How do I get out of this? How do I move back and forth? All this kind of fun stuff. Also play around with MobaXterm. As you can see, like if you really hate the terminal, you can do everything here. And if you want to create a folder right there, and if you want to create a file right there, like you can do everything in here, but I would really recommend everybody using the terminal. There's gonna be quizzes on this kind of stuff. Those are gonna be included in your projects, in your exam, a lot of different things. So make sure you really understand every concept about this. And again, if you have any question or anything about this, this is the basic lecture, and we're gonna be followed with another one. So make sure you understand everything in this before moving on to the next one. Make sure you try them on your own too. And that's pretty much it for today. Thanks again. Send me an email if you have any questions. All the best, guys. See ya.